is Teenage Marvel Fan back in that video, and Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has finished its latest season, which I believe is season 6. Yeah, season 6. So yeah, the finale was on, and this is going to be my review for the finale. So the finale was actually 2 separate episodes, but it aired as like a 2-hour, 1-episode thing. So it's basically 2 separate episodes, but it was aired back to back, so I'm just gonna review them back to back. Well, actually, I'm basically just gonna mix them in together. But anyway, the episodes were titled The Sign and New Life. So let's get into it. After Mac and Yo-Yo inadvertently conjured the future Inhuman Flint at the end of last week. Remember all that? Yeah. I don't remember if I actually did a review for last week, but oh well. So Izel jumps into his body and uses his abilities to recreate the monoliths, giving her everything she needs to open the portal to her world and unleash Armageddon, with humanity used as hosts for her people. But back on the S.H.I.E.L.D. side of the equation, Deke and Fitz are butting heads, just like old times, and Deke uses an experimental jump drive to bust into the temple and free Yo-Yo and Mac. It's a heartbreaking moment for a character who is often used for comic relief, as Deke wants desperately just to belong to this team, this family, to the point if he has to risk his life to prove it himself, he'll do it. And after breaking through to a remnant of Coulson inside of Sarge last week, Daisy and May are holding out hope that he can possibly be rehabilitated, and it turns out to be in vain as Sarge finally realizes the pain that's been eating him up for centuries. It's love. His love for his old team he can't quite remember, and his love for May. So then he realizes that the only way to get rid of the pain is to get rid of the love. So he stabs May through the chest and tosses her in the portal to try and make the pain stop. Yeah, not exactly the breakthrough the team was hoping we'd have. But just when it seems like May might be the finale's big death, she wakes up on the other side of the portal. Because apparently death doesn't mean all that much in that universe. She takes out the alien gatekeepers there to try and stop Izel's plan, but Izel comes through herself and puts the keys in place to open the portal. So May pops back through the portal and stabs Izel through the chest with Sarge's magic blade, and passes it over to also have Sarge chopped in half. So the big bad is defeated, but that's far from the end. So back at the Lighthouse, Chronocoms raided the base to take out S.H.I.E.L.D., which they viewed as a credible threat to their plans to rebuild Chronocom on Earth this time around. And Enoch took over the body of a fellow Chronocom to rescue Fitz and Simmons, and the Super Geniuses cut a deal to save their friends and their world. Fitz and Simmons have been separated to work, though we don't exactly know why. As Simmons teases, they had a lot of time to work out how to solve things. Then they fly back to New York to reveal a city absolutely transformed. So what happened? Did Fitz and Simmons go back in time and change the present? Did the upgraded jump drive jump them to the future? Whatever has happened, it's obviously the storyline that will drive the show's final season. Oh, and the biggest twist, Coulson's back. Well, at least a hyper-advanced Chronocom updated LMD, life model decoy version of him. Apparently using his brain scan from the framework as a jumping off point, and then programmed with all the missions and events he'd missed. The closing shot of the season is a wild one as Coulson smiles and drops a "Hey guys" to the team. For a while it seemed like Sarge was being set up as the character who would keep Clark Gregg around the next year, but no, it's LMD Coulson. Regardless, fans will certainly be pleased to still have Gregg in the cast. I know I am, because he's actually my favorite part of the show. And even though he was kind of, a villain this time, I was cool with it. But going back and like looking at certain moments of this episode, there's some unanswered questions like, is Flint still alive? Like, he was conjured by monolith energy, but the team evacuated him, so he's still alive, right? If so, it's a well-deserved happy ending for a kid who had a rough go of things in the now erased future. It seems that despite reaching bits of Coulson inside of Sarge, the alien entity controlling him was far stronger than the old director. So whatever was left of Coulson wasn't enough to take control. Rest in peace, Sarge. Although he was kind of, an alien the whole time. When he transformed into his alien form, it kind of reminded me of a Chitauri soldier. And then Yo-Yo was also on the chopping block in the finale after being infected by a Shrike, but thankfully it turned into goo after Izel gets knifed. So Yo-Yo lives to use her super speed powers another day. Also, the fast shooting move, very cool. Though it seems like May is about to bleed out, Simmons' mysterious advanced tech looks to have no problem reviving her. So May also survived the final fight. Phew. I mean, that would have sucked if she was dead. But up next, a long wait until next year, when we can finally find out what the heck Fitz and Simmons did to the world. But production on the show's final season is essentially done too, so it'll just be sitting in the can for about a year. It's going to be a long wait. Although at the end it did say coming soon with their final season. So maybe that possibly means that the season will start in the fall like it used to, and get a full season instead of waiting and starting in the spring and getting a shorter season. I hope that's the case, because this is the last season, so I hope they, make the most of it. But this is my review for the season 6 finale of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So this was a pretty good season. Not as good as others, but it was still good. And like I said, I'm happy to have Coulson back, even though he's just an LMD. But, let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of this season? Are you excited for next season? But thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you in my next video, so I can bestow all my Marvel knowledge upon you.